Initiating System 1. System 1 loaded.
The GoreCast is brought to you by American Horrors, the greatest uncut horror channel in the world. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, all horror. As well as the Station of Decapitation Without Your Head.
America's longest running horror channel, www.withoutyourhead.com.
The following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
What's up, GoreCasters? Welcome back here to the GoreCast on Tuesday night with me, a much livelier sounding than functional Johnny Deadly, and my homeboys who are here on the newsroom with me, on it, and also in it, which is a more logical part of the sentence than, well, you could be on a newsroom, I suppose.
I'm in the middle.
Wasn't Carter, and Giz won't be joining us tonight as he had prearranged engagements. So, dealing with the... It went a little bit more churchy there by the end of that song than I had intended. Didn't it? Did a little bit, like, you could see a guy doing the little smoke thing. I can't remember the name of it. You know the dude that... the smoke that smells like ass. Do you know when they're like, do you know what?
We don't do that in my church, so I didn't know.
Because most churches are like, what? You know what this church
It's
needs
more of
an ass smell. I'm assuming it's incense or myrrh or something like that. Something Jesus-y.
Could be Jesus's ass. We don't know.
I used to be so religious until I wasn't religious, and it's amazing how when you don't do the religious shit, like I used to be. Funny story, and you won't believe it. I was so good at religion. My mum and our religion teacher thought I might actually be a priest at one stage. I had gotten like honest God truth.
Kind of acknowledged.
Yeah. And then I won't get into what changed it, but yeah, no, it's amazing how if you're not like in it the whole time, you forget. I used to know the names for all of that shit, man.
Yeah, I went to a private school from like first to 8th grade, so it's like I was very, very in it.
I just ate some chilies but 5 minutes ago because it's now well, it was nearly we would have been there's a lot of chilies in this new batch of chili. Well, I was like
the never-ending saga of the chilies.
Yeah, well, people are very interested. Do you know what I mean? I won't lie to you. The more I'm eating my personal chili, the more I think I'd be okay on hot ones. Yeah, honestly, like as in I had like 3 chilies in that chili, and it was like, don't get me wrong, they're pretty fucking hot, but I wasn't like, it's good hot. It's hot enough. It's hot enough that there is at least 60 seconds after it initially hits your tongue where you literally can't taste anything, and then the flavor of the chili kicks in quite good. But like, I might put more chilies in the next one. I don't know.
Like, if you want to see me turn into a little baby bitch, give me a little bit of heat, and I am.
Oh, you're not a chili guy at all?
Crying. Oh, I'm just like, any heat, and I'm like, no, sir, I don't like it.
Oh, we're back on this already. Okay. Bill has said that the GoreCast would like to extend their thanks to Gizz's contributions and wish him well in his future endeavors. Opening available for co-host. Apply to replace Giz at...
He kind of got Eva Marie because Eva Marie didn't get drafted.
Yeah,
in the draft, and he's just a
okay.
free agent
Just to
now.
clarify, because I know it could, now that Bill has mentioned that, I understand how it could actually be confusing how one of us is missing now, considering the way the show was on Thursday. So just to clarify, Giz just had some shit to do and isn't available tonight. He hasn't been fired.
Some shit to do.
He hasn't got FE. He hasn't got FE'd by me.
Buddies.
Do you know what I mean? He's just not here tonight. He will be here Thursday night, presumably. Unless there's some other engagement that he has, at which point he won't be here Thursday night. But just to clarify, in case this comes up again on Thursday night, it won't be because he's been sacked or anything. It'll be because he's just not here on Thursday.
He's a busy man.
Yeah.
He's a man of the people. Almost.
Yeah, he's a man of the people.
Almost. That was hard to get out because there's anybody who's not a man of the people. It's him.
Giz loves humanity. What do you want about?
Oh,
He
Jesus.
loves all of it, the ideas that surround it, and all of the facets that make it.
If I could see your image right now, I'd notice your nose would be growing because of all the lies.
I think you'll find that this gorgeously shaped snoz is going nowhere. It's perfect. That's where it is. It's a little bit Celtic. It's a little bit Roman. Surrounded by a fantastically just ginger enough beard to declare me in the Celtic regions of things, but not so ginger.
I know we were kind of all going in about the beards like last time, but like I'm getting close to maybe having to,
Shave.
like shave because it's getting bad, gentlemen.
I didn't say don't shave your beard. I said don't.
I know
Yeah,
you didn't.
I said
but that was
don't
kind
shave
of
your
the
beard
whole-
off. Is what I said. There's a difference.
Just go lumberjack with it, dude.
Yeah. Get a big old beehive going.
Oh,
Right.
Get a big old beehive going. Right.
And they would go. The bees would go buzz.
Trev, why would
Ah,
you
'cause
shave it
buzz,
off?
and that's
We're
my
all
name, too.
dude. Why? We live in a country that all literally worked on a TV series called Vikings. Like the whole country, they just came in and hired Ireland.
Man.
They
I wanna
went
be
up
on
to Sweden
Vikings.
and Norway and found out that they had advanced on years and bound since the Viking era, and everyone looks all slick in their suits, and they all have their fucking underground internet that's legal for everyone to just have, and everything like that. And then they're like, oh no, we need people that look more naturally like Vikings. Let's go to the place that isn't where the Vikings came from, but definitely got rode by a load of Vikings. Close enough.
Underground internet.
Yeah, Sweden have like 1 terabyte, or no, sorry, is it 1 gigabyte? It might be 1 gigabyte internet speeds, and it's not a thing that you pay for. It's just there. Like all internet is underground now. It isn't it?
I don't know.
Do you have fiber cabling?
So that's the thing. Like we started getting it, but then it was only in select areas.
Yeah.
So like it would be in my neighbor's city, but then like go. Into, like,
I
the
used to work
next
for one of those
city.
companies. It doesn't even have to be a different city. There's been places where I've been able to get people internet in their house, and their neighbors across the road couldn't get it because they're just like that 15 feet away from the exchange box that the cabling won't work.
Huh. Yeah. So no, like at first it was billed like, oh man, welcome, so and so, we're all getting fiber. But then, like I said, as it started coming out, it was like, well, this group's getting it, this group's not, like that, and it kind of fell out. So like the people that got it were like super stoked, but that was all there was to it.
Quick sidetrack here, even though I say sidetrack, we haven't even got on topic yet. Bill, seeing as you have the head kind of shaved already and you have the eyebrows gone now, would you not do... Cottage Humor did this video before when Breaking Bad came out about just doing... oh, God, I can't remember. I think the name of the company was Bald to Badass, and it was essentially just, if you're going bald, shave your head and grow a goatee. Basically.
That's
you
what I
shave your
did.
head and grow a goatee. And if Trev has it going, you could look like a pair of Stone Cold Steve Austins. And if you went drinking in the pub
Old
together,
Steves.
it'd be amazing because you could say something to Trev Steve, and then Trev Steve would be like, what? And then you could be like, what? Back to his Trev Steve. So it'd just be Bill Steve and Trev Steve just watting each other. and getting progressively more.
Oh,
Doesn't that sound entertaining?
everybody needs to look like a bunch of cold Steves.
Romania has 1 terabyte internet. What sort of fucking... Well,
That's-
they've got witchcraft. So, you know what I mean? They've got witchcraft and vampires.
I got the cold Steve look going a little bit, just too much beard.
You're more like a lukewarm Steve Austin.
Okay. I think I can go with that.
You see, I
At least
think
I'm in
you
the
need
ballpark.
specifically the goatee because Steve never had a beard.
Yeah. I mean, he may have, but just
Mm-mm.
not as cold Steve.
He may have before he was a wrestler, but when he was a wrestler, he was either Stunning Steve Austin, where he was all shavedy
Very
face,
blonde.
or
I'll say, I remember.
or he was the ring.
He was still floating.
Yeah. But he
That
had no beard or
first-
goatee. He might have had a mustache occasionally. I have a vague recollection of
Yeah,
him
like
looking
a-
like an angrier version of Dexter Loomis at one stage.
I just
Yeah.
shaved my head today, so if I have any accidental head reflections
Anywho,
from the shininess,
right.
apologies.
Today is Horror News Tuesday, as per usual. So the news bits we have coming up. Pick up.
They're literally coming up right now.
The news bits we have coming up right now, and possibly in the order I'm reading them out because we didn't discuss this on air either. There is a new movie called Detention being made that's brings to mind Guillermo del Toro and Silent Hill, and is based on a mobile video game, which is fucking amazing. R.L. Stein's back at it again because evidently he's the new Stephen King when it comes to horror movies. Because they turned around at the end of 2019. What's the next Stephen King movie we need to do? I think we did them all. No, we couldn't have done them all. Tommy Knockers. Yeah, we did the TV show. Do you remember? Oh, yeah. Shit. Okay. Who else is good? I used to like Goosebumps when I was a kid. That was another book I read out of the 8 books that I read during my lifetime. That was one of those books. Maybe we could do a movie on him. Awesome.
It sounds like my life story because I think that's how many books I've read in my lifetime. And Goosebumps were one of them.
Well, they were fine read. You're younger than us. Do you know what I mean? You grew up a lot more in the I can have it pumped into my face with some sort of device than...
I actually still have a stack of them right here. The original Goosebumps.
You should get Hunter into those. I think he's old enough for those now.
I am. I already bought them. I bought him the re-released versions because I only buy the originals because I am picky.
Yes.
Even though they're the same book.
Yes. Friday the 13th. A man who had got drowned in a lake, then watched his mother get viciously murdered in front of him, and then, admittedly, he did go on a bit of a killing spree for 15, 20 years afterwards, but then found himself in court. but not for the reasons you would think, because as it turned out, all of the people that owned the trademark on him couldn't agree on who the people were that owned the trademark on him. And now those people have resolved who owns the trademark on him. So hopefully...
Oh, but wait.
There's more.
I got more with that story when we get there.
Awesome shit. What the fuck is this? There's a horror movie called Pizzagate Massacre coming
Pizzagate.
out. And that looks like a... I liken what I'm seeing. It's weird. It's like the poster looks like Gremlins meets Pet Cemetery meets
Right.
They Live
Pizza.
meets... What was that movie that was done? You know that weird movie that came out in like 2018 where all these people get trapped in a hospital and it's essentially a Lovecraft happens.
Oh. Shit.
I do not know.
Yeah, because I think I fucking watched that,
Yeah.
dude.
What's the fucking name of that movie? I Lovecraft happens. Yeah, English. I've gotten my ability to speak back anyway. Yeah, anyway, moving on. I'll see if I can figure out the name of that movie. But there's those kind of connotations to the poster, which you will see once we get into the news bit.
To answer Charlotte's question real quick, no, my head does not get cold because I'm constantly warm.
And he's always got a do-rag on because he's a gangster.
Yeah, well,
You talking about
Was
the void?
The Void. Yes, it's got a bit of a Void vibe. So if those are what I'm getting from the poster, I'm down. That sounds good. Yes, very good. Very evil. Moving on. Elvira, if anyone doesn't know, hit her 40th anniversary recently. And came out as having a girlfriend. And did a 40th anniversary reunion on Shudder. And now NECA are after doing a 40th anniversary version of Elvira, and it looks fucking sweet. I'm going to say right now.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
that
And then there's a poster. Oh, yeah, Carnage came out, and fucking surprise, it did awesome. I'm going to get into that later on as well.
the more surprise is that it actually came
Also,
out.
I have another Kickstarter to plug at the end of the show for a friend of mine over on a YouTube channel who you should definitely check out called Talk Horror, because he's got a very interesting proposition for all of you Kickstarter people for some interesting content to be made. And
Yes.
there was another thing.
You said another Jason.
Oh, yeah,
Friday
there's
the
another
13th.
thing that I want to add on to the end of the Jason thing as well, but we'll wait for Jason to happen for all of that. Okay. So, who wants to go first?
There's a breakdown.
There's the breakdown. Those
It's
are
you.
the headlines.
It's you for detention.
Oh, that's only if we're doing them in order, and I won't lie to you. My brain's...
Okay, I didn't.
Who woke up?
show
Were you awake?
pictures.
When did you wake up? How long ago?
I think I'm the one that's been.
How
awake
long
the
are you
longest.
awake?
It was Buzz, me, then you.
In order of awakeness? Buzz, pick
Yes.
something.
Because I never
Yeah,
fell
I-
asleep
man,
during the day. You guys did.
I woke up before you did talking to Buzz, and then you came on saying I just
I am
woke
about
up.
11% into my first coffee. Oh, Jesus Christ. Coffee of since waking.
So,
This is
I
gonna
mean,
be
if
a
we
long
want to go,
I know it's...
if we want to
We,
go
we
that.
love
we
Danhausen.
should go first.
Who said Danhausen?
Keen.
Yes.
He's my friend. He's my friend who
Yes.
looks remarkably like Christian. Yeah.
Ooh. Captain Charisma House.
He is Captain Charismahausen.
I said yesterday, because
He was
of
an Japan.
Facebook and everything being down, I said, up yours, Google. Dave Google.
Yeah, fuck you, Dave.
So,
Yeah.
and your nonsense.
yeah.
But I'll go first if
Yes,
you
please.
want.
What one are you doing?
I can bring us.
So you're doing Friday the 13th.
I'll do the Venom.
We'll
I'll do
get
the
Venom out
one
of the way.
first.
Yeah. Okay. Good shit.
Because I'm feeling it. So
You're going with Venom.
So yeah, so if you guys have been frequent watchers of this program in the past, you know we've talked about Venom, Let There Be Carnage,
A lot.
being constantly delayed. Well, by God, it finally came out. And it did very well. $90 million in domestic opening in its first weekend. Give applaud to Tom Hardy and Woody Harrelson. Jesus Christ, I almost forgot his name.
Harrelson
I am glad,
Woodyhausen.
though, 'cause I mean, like,
Yeah, Harrelson.
I am glad to see that it did good though, because so many films that got pushed back didn't really get a solid hit when they first came out. You look at what was that the New Mutants, that one like completely failed at theater when it finally came out, and it had so many pushbacks it wasn't
You see,
even funny.
the difference between New Mutants and Venom Let There Be Carnage is New Mutants was the first movie in a franchise, and Venom already had one under its belt that had done quite well.
So people kind of knew what they were getting into by going.
Some
into the
people
sequel.
ragged on it, but everybody saw it.
I wouldn't say New Mutants is the first of franchise if it actually is part of the X-Men, but it was kind of the first of its kind in the franchise.
It's also the first,
the first
in
of
its
its-
franchise because they didn't show up in the X-Men at all
for now.
Like this.
for now, which would make them
Well, but
the first in the franchise,
True.
because otherwise it would be
Oh.
have happened before.
Good-
otherwise
good
we'd
point.
be talking about like New Mutants 2 instead of just New Mutants.
I don't think we'll ever be talking about New Mutants 2, unfortunately, because
Because New Mutants was
I
actually
mean, I
pretty good.
like
It's a
it,
shame.
but
It was a
just
fucking.
because
It was a
of
grand
the-
movie. Like,
yeah.
Yeah. But I am glad to see that, like I said, after all the push and rearranged for Venom, it is good to see that it actually was able to pull out 90 million when it hit theater.
I'll
and
see you
shit.
later, Bill. Thanks for
Yes.
joining.
That was a domestically. So as of right now, worldwide, it's hit 100 million mark.
100 million mark.
I guess the
I'm not gonna-
first one. But
The selling point for me on the second one was fucking Woody Harrelson. I just wanted to see him lose his shit as Carnage.
Dude,
so
when he came out,
I was all
when he turned around and he was supposed to be your man that was Carnage, I was like, perfect.
yeah. Oh yeah,
I love
dude.
me some Carnage.
Perfect. Well, like Carnage is basically Mallory from oh god, what's the movie he did?
Natural
Yeah,
Born Killers.
sorry, my brain is still not. Yeah, he's like your man from Carnage is essentially Mallory from Natural Born Killers, just turned up to 200%, which is saying something because
Right.
yeah, but yeah, surprise. It went out and the movie did well because people liked it.
I was kind of surprised it has a pretty short runtime. It's only about an hour and a half long, which kind of surprises
that is
me with a
unusual
comic
for
book.
something in the Marvel universe. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's, and I did hear that they do have I haven't heard specifically what there are, but there are some juicy after end credit scenes that tie it possibly into the MCU, which we kind of figured it was probably going to happen.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just trying. Yep. I'm just trying to find stuff here. Hey, keep talking Carnage there for a minute.
Yeah. So I think I was kind of going through the article. The first movie did like $1 billion, which I didn't realize it did that much. The first one, I don't really think it really got much of a maybe with the first couple of weeks when it came out, but after that, it's kind of you just don't really hear much about that movie anymore. So it's kind of surprised that it did that high.
Right.
So, like I said, with this one getting ready to hit $100 million soon, it'll probably maybe be close to $1 billion. Probably not, because it's just I don't think the world's going to allow it right now. Still, with the whole not letting everybody, or not saying not letting everybody in, but people are still kind of
iffy about going out.
Yeah. The last thing I did was actually not actually a movie, but when I went to the movie theaters was for that SummerSlam thing back in August. And
they're still running kind of limited seats. Like they're still doing the skipped seats from groups or individuals and stuff, right?
Yeah, to my knowledge, I actually didn't get the tickets. My brother bought them, so I don't know how. But there wasn't a ton of people, but then again, it was for a wrestling thing, so it wasn't a normal, like I said, I know he went and saw it over the weekend, so I didn't really ask him too much about it. So I didn't know if it was packed or how the setup was. So I haven't actually seen actual movie yet since everything, but
I was supposed to go see that Transformers movie re-release, and when we were getting tickets for it, as a group, you could buy your tickets for however many people. But if you were going individually, then they had select spots open for one or two to try to fill in slots and stuff.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm assuming there's still. A lot of it also depends on the theater and the city, because a lot of that shit's different. A lot of states and stuff are kind of, I don't want to say doing their own thing, but kind of are. So it might be what we're doing might be different from what you guys are doing. So it's it all just depends.
I don't know though, man. That's a pretty solid opening, so I could see it possibly breaking the bank on the first one.
One
and
would
it's
hope.
Still there's still not a ton of stuff coming out still to where it's gonna kind of be one of those things where Halloween Kills is getting ready to come out next week, so that's gonna obviously start taking a little bit of attention.
It would fucking want to. I won't lie to you, man. The way that trailer looked, I don't know how you fuck up that movie, and if you did fuck up that movie, boo on you.
Halloween.
Yeah, but Halloween. I don't know how you can fuck it up. That trailer just looked badass.
If you fuck at that point, whoever cut the trailer should have been directing the movie.
Yeah. There's times I think that about a lot of movies. Where I'm the trailer guy gets it.
I just saw a new a new like a TV spot or something. I think I don't know if it just got released or whatever. Like I knew they were talking about bringing some of the original people back from the first one, but this one they actually showed the original Sheriff Brackett from the original film is actually back in this one too. Yeah, so I was like, okay, I'm more and more sold on this than what I originally was, because like I'm just Halloween is just such a touchy franchise with me as I sport my Halloween season of the Witch.
Oh yeah, well, and
Tom
I mean,
Atkins.
like I like the last one, and the trailer makes this one look even better.
Yeah,
Like, have one more to go, so it's that whole like, how do you keep up in your game and still end on a high note kind of thing.
part of me is like I liked it too, but I'm to the point where it's like is it just it's one of those things where it's like, was the movie good? Yes. Was the movie necessary? No. Because it just like
I mean, like,
that's where I'm at with it.
There's a lot of shit that's not necessary, per se, but
Yeah.
I still enjoy it, and so that's kind of where I'm looking at it. Like, I see a lot of franchises ending on bad notes, like Hellraiser, and shit like that. So for them to have hopefully two consecutive
any time I hear someone mention, oh, they're thinking of doing another Hellraiser, I'm actually like, oh no,
cringe like a motherfucker.
No.
And if I remember correctly, that series is supposed to be coming out on Hulu pretty soon. So I'm like, oh god.
Mutant X. Was Mutant X? Mutant X wasn't the
No, I hit enter before I finished typing.
Oh yeah.
I never saw the movie.
God, Mutant X, that was a terrible TV show.
It was terrible good, dude. Come on. Like, that was such a shit-tastic fucking show. Acting, like, the whole bit, like, I loved it. I've watched that. I've gone back and watched that shit a couple times now.
Like, honestly, was it?
Shit-tastic. As I go back and watch it years later, it still holds its shit-tastic title that I loved about it.
Okay.
Like, shit-ass acting, weird special effects. It was just a good, weird, shitty piece for its time period. When that's all we like superheroes.
Right. Now that I had gotten to do the thing that I was attempting to do in the first place. Oh god, that ended up in way more complicated than I had initially anticipated. I won't lie to you people. Fucking hell. Oh god. Why are none of the pictures from last week normal size? Okay, we'll just change this one. I don't care. That's fine. We're having a loosey-goosey show tonight, kids, which is saying something.
We're getting loose.
Oh yeah, well, I knew I'd instantaneously regret that decision, and I was right. But anyway, so a video game that came out on mobile. I think it was also available on PC and stuff, but it was a mobile game initially, which was this cool, kind of creepy, like Asian horror style game where you're in a school and all of a sudden everybody kind of just ups and disappears. Called Detention was out, which the thing that I was setting up for everybody was myself and Giz actually and Giz actually covered this on
American Horrors.
Yeah, we covered it on an episode of American Horrors. So I thought, to save me having to just regurgitate loads of stuff I said before, I'd give you a little a bit of a taste as to what we're like over on American Horrors. So we just hit this, and also it gives me hopefully a chance to drink some more coffee and try to wake up, because I'm like I'm regretting life right now. Anyway, there I am. Here we go.
5 seconds. That's literally point proven right there, I think. I hate to break it to you, but she wasn't exactly the first character to go up with that now.
I remember what the video game is.
There was another game that you had. It was very storybook orientated and very creepy as frack. Ascension. Yes. Yeah, it kind of cutesy animation graphics, but with a really dark atmospheric music and a very dark story that quickly shows, yes, this is typical almost anime style freakiness going on here. The art style, and it's really, really nice. I wouldn't call it anime, it's nearly kids book art style, but with the color grading and everything they do, and really story-wise, the fact that they can go from all cutesy to holy sweet mother of God, did that person just eat that other person's face? Yeah. I won't lie to you, I haven't got far enough into the game to establish. I feel it's going that way, judging by the last point I was at was I was a guy named Wayne. And I was going finding a necklace for a girl.
Okay, so is this kind of one of those like point and click kind of mystery?
Somewhere between going to make a phone call and
more kind of like
role
play,
upside down, possibly
RPG
dead,
style.
yet to be established from the roof of an auditorium.
I'm pretty sure that guy was very much corpse-horrific.
That was me.
Yeah, I know. Past tense.
It's a point and click style game, for lack of within the touchscreen realm of things.
Yeah, basically just going around finding clues, trying to get yourself away from a situation because you have no way of fighting the situation.
We're yet to actually fully establish what the situation is. There's a lot of crazy war stories
There was a
going
river
on.
of blood.
There was the River of Blood. Yes, the River of Blood was amazing. We'll do another zombie first-person shooter because I think this is like the Dead of...
All right, that's a different game. Anyway, yeah, that's a rougher day. I also needed that because I haven't played it in ages and I needed a bit of a fresher upper. But as you can tell by the image here, there seems to be a very good, faithful recreation as to the look and style of the game. If you do have a chance to go out and download that on your mobile, it's really good. It's really atmospheric. It's really creepy, and the kind of weird animation style to it is awesome. And I know I said it's a point and click. In the thing, it's a point and click, as in you have to literally point and click to move, but it's not like, say, Monkey Island or something point and click. Do you know what I mean? It's not that kind of thing. So, yes, but I will. Where are you gone, article? That one. Yeah. So this is from Horror Entertainment News, and it's tough to find a great video game adaptation, but Detention may have pulled that off based on the Red Candle game Detention. The film mirrors the aesthetics perfectly, which, as I said, like even by the little clips of the game you saw that I played, there is they're pretty bang on, man. I'm actually very excited about this. From the use of the candle to the sound design, it looks like they did the game justice. In 1962, Taiwan, during the time of the White Terror, martial law is in full force across the country. In a time of extreme repression, all ideals considered to be dissident are banned, and the culprits are tortured or executed. Oh, God, I'm going to butcher this name. Tushia? Yep, butchered. Tushua? Suwa?
Figures just not being here to read the Japanese names.
It's Korean.
Or Korean.
Yeah.
Sorry. Just ripping my eyeball.
Or China, actually. Sorry, Taiwan's China, isn't it?
Sure.
You're asking the wrong person.
Okay. Secondary school is not an exception from this oppression. Despite close surveillance by the military police, Professor Chang runs an underground literary club where he and his students learn about banned books and dream of freedom. One of his club members, Fang Wang, is it? Yeah, Fang Wang is Golden Horse nominated performance. Oh no, sorry. One of his club members, Fang, then there was a big bracket there and I didn't notice it, is madly in love with him. The usually shy teenage girl from an abusive home manages to open up like a book in his presence, but then Chang disappears. One night, Fang wakes up at her desk. The school around her changed and distorted. As she wanders through the sinister corridors and dilapidated rooms in search of her teacher, she meets Wei. Together they must confront the ghosts and monsters that have taken over their Ayama matter in order to find out what has happened there. And arrives on VOD 8th of October. Oh, mama.
Friday.
Fridja.
This Friday.
Fridja. Belated happy birthday present to myself. Fridja. Getting it.
Charlotte,
yeah.
she's tired, so she's going to hop off for the night.
All right, no worries, Charlie. I'll catch you in a little bit. Thanks for joining. Anyway, next news bit.
All right, so Just Beyond. We talked about this kind of previously about how R.L. Stine got his new kind of bump from Fear Street that was on Netflix, and then he just signed on to do this whole thing just beyond that was going to hit Disney Plus, and it's this fantasy horror anthology series. When we talked about it, we had talked about like a little bit about it, but they just dropped the images for it. We didn't have actually any information for it, and they finally dropped the fact that it's going to be coming out on Disney Plus October 16th, and that it's going to have just saw it, like 8 episodes or 8 stories.
Yeah.
It's obviously because Disney Plus. I can't remember how they worded it in our episode, but it was like the more kid introduction of horror. Yeah, I cannot remember how they worded that, but they're trying to get hey, here's some little scary stuff that's not too scary for the kids, and it's said to go astonishing and thought-provoking series of a reality just beyond the one we know. Each episode introduces viewers to a new cast of characters who must go on a surprising journey of self-discovery in a supernatural world of witches, aliens, ghosts, and parallel universes. So, we talked a little bit about like the images we saw, and there's the one that they popped with the article, and so it kind of looks kid-friendly, scary, and it's an anthology series, so I'm kind of stoked to see what it's about. And I mean, like, it's Disney Plus. I'm not going to compare it to Fear Street, but I do.
Well,
like
yeah. Well, I'm assuming that they're aiming for more closer to Goosebumps vibe,
right?
So yeah.
I thought we did talk about it for some reason when I was looking through, and I was like, that sounds familiar when I found the story. Like, I think we did, but it was like very brief of what was.
Yeah,
I'm not sure. There's been a lot of R.L. Stein stuff going on.
Oh yeah,
they just dropped the first images from like a few of the shows, stuff like that. But there wasn't a release date at the time. There wasn't really a cast lineup or anything like that. And so as we got closer, they finally dropped the release date and stuff.
Yeah, I do like the anthology style, so it'll definitely probably be something that I would like maybe throw on with the kids.
Yeah.
It looks like it did just beyond. I can't remember. Was that an actual book series he did too, or is this just something that just because for some reason I want to say it may have been another book series like Fear Street, Goosebumps, but I can't remember because honestly I knew of Fear Street, but I never really read them, and then obviously I know Goosebumps.
Yeah,
but I know he did other.
Shit, I just clicked on the wrong one. There actually was a book series.
Okay, that's what I thought, but I couldn't remember because, like I said, I know he's done so many freaking different series, side series, and stuff like that.
I like how the horror genre is really kind of branching out. Like don't get me wrong, I know there's always been kind of like slightly horror themed kids movies here and there, and like kids cartoons and things like that that are kind of based in the horror world, but they're not like literally a horror thing. And I like how there seems to be kind of really gauging it for everybody now.
Yeah, no, there actually was a Just Beyond series. Excuse me. What the fuck is that about? Read that before.
Dude looks creepy as fuck in the picture as well, by the way.
There was like the scare, monstrosity, stuff like that. So I'm not quite when the series came out.
Damn it. Oh my god.
But yeah, so there is a paperback series. I just don't know because like he's done a lot of stuff, so I don't know what falls into what category. Like Goosebumps and then
says that it was originally published in 2001.
Okay.
Says it's a middle grade supernatural horror series, takes young readers just beyond the reality they know, just beyond their normal lives, just beyond the real world, to an always surprising place of fantasy and fright.
Nice. That's good. When's that dropping again, you said, Carter?
October 6th.
Tomorrow, isn't it? Yeah.
Nope, tomorrow.
No, or 16th. Sorry,
Okay.
next Saturday.
Many tomorrows.
I say. That's what I thought you said, but I was like,
All right.
No, sorry.
Okay. Who's
something
right?
with the
Who's up
6.
next?
I guess I can do the Jasons.
Yeah. Okay. Do Jason.
So, Jason, like we said, he kills people. His mom kills people.
Not anymore.
People
Not
dress
anymore.
up
She
like him
doesn't.
and kill. Not anymore. She doesn't. So there's been this long lawsuit going on for pretty much the rights of Friday the 13th as a franchise.
It's been going on for numerous years, but then around, what was it, maybe a year after the launch of the Friday the 13th game, it got to a stage where everything just ceased production because you just couldn't use it.
Back in 2018, a judge ruled that Friday the 13th screenwriter Victor Miller was the sole owner of the original screenplay in the U.S. at least. Now, the original film was directed by Sean Cunningham and screenplay by Victor Miller. They both were butting heads on, whose property is it. Well, they ruled that back in 2018. Ow, fuck.
Fuck, I own the Jason. Yeah.
Stubbed my toe on the chair.
I don't even know how you do that.
So yeah.
I'm sitting down, but okay.
I had my foot wrapped around, and so back in 2018, a judge ruled that Victor Miller was the sole owner of it, but Sean Cunningham, they kind of they wanted to try to reverse that decision, so they held it in the words aren't coming to my mouth now. It was in the courts for a while, and recently they finally again just announced that Victor Miller is the sole owner. For a second time, they said this now. And the only downside to this, though, is it still doesn't really put anything in motion with the franchise, because Victor Miller wrote the original script, which, spoiler alert,
is a good movie.
Jason Voorhees, well, that too, but Jason Voorhees was not the original killer in this film, so Victor Miller does not have ownership to adult Jason, because he was not adult Jason in the first film.
So he only owns baby Jason.
Pretty much, yes.
Somebody can't do anything baby Jason wise, but somebody could do 1,000 more adult.
You want to get a guy with a machete and a hockey mask and a big leather jacket and a zombie face going? Go for it. He wasn't in movie 1.
Okay.
So that stuff is still.
I mean, if you think about it, the synonymous hockey mask didn't even come until movie 3 or 4.
3.
Yeah.
3, yeah.
Yeah, it's like the gunny sack over his face and shit.
Yeah, part 2, where he had the whole one little single eye hole in the knapsack. But yeah, so it says go ahead.
No, go.
It says barring any reversal before a fuller panel of the Second Circuit or Supreme Court, Victor Miller will reclaim the domestic rights to the franchise. Says this is a huge next step in the process, but it certainly does not mean Miller is now free to take the franchise and do whatever he wants. For now, until various deals are worked out behind the scenes, which will likely still take a long time. For starters,
I would suppose if Miller wanted to take the franchise and continue on. Sorry for interrupting. I'm kind of awake now, so I'm back to normal. I'm assuming if he wanted to take the franchise, he'd have to literally start from movie 1 and go a different direction with it. Like Jason doesn't turn into Jason, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Or somehow do because I was kind of thinking about this earlier in the day when I found the story, to kind of think of okay, what to talk about. We never really, because this franchise is so synonymous with Jason because he is in the majority of the movies, barring the first and fifth film. We never really saw them go back to his mother, whether it be a remake or we saw bits and like flashbacks or like little, dream sequences in Freddy versus Jason where like Freddy acted like he was his mom trying to get him to go kill people. Maybe we could go back to that original story and either, I don't want to say remake because I mean it's kind of what it most likely would be because it technically
would be a prequel, wouldn't it?
Did a remake. That's what I'm thinking is maybe they could go back further before the original film, maybe when Jason died.
Yeah. What, like the events leading into Jason's death?
Exactly.
So
something that they haven't touched on before.
Yeah,
I mean, they like I said,
realistically, not even an actual horror movie.
It could, I mean, it could have horror elements.
You could have a bit of a Lord of the Flies vibe to it, maybe.
It just made something that leads because like. She did work at the camp. Maybe we'll show Jason getting picked on off and on throughout the movie and as a young Jason before and then him actually drowning and then kind of see her.
I was gonna say you could even snap once or twice, like to that build up thereof. Like towards the end of it, having her actually start to.
You're doing a big character change there if she's already crazy before he dies.
So you think just the death itself is what changed it then?
Well, yeah.
Okay.
And that could be something that happens maybe halfway through the movie, and then like maybe what you said, maybe she does
now,
off a couple people.
What you could do is because the way there's all the rumors because like the Necronomicon and things are tied in there as well.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying do. Oh shit. My spine. I'm not saying do like an Evil Dead crossover, but you could do kind of a bit of a witch evil magic vibe going on in the woods around the camp, which would explain how he comes back as a monster, and then you just pick up from. I'd probably redo Friday the 13th and just change enough of it that the killer is different, if you know what I mean. And then you continue on and do your own thing. Kind of like, do you know the way that what they did with the Night of the Living Dead and the Dawn of the Dead and all of that, where essentially Romero went off and did the of Deads and the other guy went off and did the of the Living.
Mm-hmm.
So now you said he only retains the domestic. So does that mean internationally somebody else could still cover?
That's what it kind of because that's what it said early on, or did say.
We leaned hard on the domestic aspect, like they kept leaning in or reinforcing he only has domestic.
Yeah, because right here it says, ever since a judge ruled back in 2018 that Friday the 13th screenwriter Victor Miller is the sole owner of the original screenplay in the U.S. at least. So, because the way they said it is because he wasn't technically a part of Paramount, because I think it was Paramount Pictures that did the original film. He was almost looked at as an independent contractor. So,
hey, Rochi, welcome to the chat, dude. How
it was his property and not Paramount's property.
Gotcha.
So that's why he was able to win these two court things, was because they looked at him as an independent, like a independent, whatever, a contractor. So like it wasn't through Paramount Pictures, so they didn't get the rights.
The important thing that comes out of the story is that like what people would be interested in video games wise and movie wise is hockey mask wearing murder monster Jason,
which that's what I said, like nothing's changed. It's pretty much with that.
So he can go back to doing that, and if Victor Miller wants to do his side of Friday the 13th, it's actually kind of worked out quite badly for Victor Miller.
Yeah.
I remember when that game came out, that's when everything really started kind of piling up, and all of a sudden, like, things were getting stopped or delayed and shit like that.
So those servers, that game's gone now. Those servers are down, I think.
And still, as of right now, they still don't have anybody that, like, they haven't given the actual rights to adult Jason to anybody. So that stuff's still going to lay dormant until That shit's figured out. So like, I just kind of saw this up where everyone's like, "Oh my god, thank God the court like big decision, like oh we're getting Friday the 13th movies again. Jason's coming back." No.
They've essentially just given everybody their toys and let them go home. That's it.
Yeah.
So Paramount doesn't hold Friday.
No, because they sold their rights to New Line Cinemas back in the 90s.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's why they did. That's why they were able to do Freddy versus Jason, because New Line owned Freddy Krueger, and then they owned Jason because they bought him from Paramount. After Part 8, like Paramount was kind of like, yeah, we're done
I think
with the
even
Jason
the Friday the 13th remake was New Line, wasn't it?
Platinum Dunes, was that I think it was Platinum Dunes. I don't know if they're an affiliate. I don't know if New Line's even a thing much anymore either.
I don't know if Hollywood's a thing anymore, really.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I think it's Platinum.
There's
Dunes,
Disney and the other blokes. That's it. There's no.
Yeah.
There's no. Anyway, next story. What's left? I know I have one.
You wanted to hit on that?
Keeping on theme with the Friday the 13th stuff, Stephen King was saying online during the week, because he's one for the Twitters, Stephen King, if you didn't know, that he would love to write a Friday the 13th novel from the perspective of Jason, which I'd be down for, to be honest. If it was like early, if he's in that vibe like early King, you know, where he was just banging out fucking absolute crackers left, right, and center. He could do a lot with that, man. Never knew Jason was from Maine, though. That was the only thing when I read the novel.
It's actually from New Jersey.
Who, Jason?
He would have to be.
A lot of the original.
Oh no, that was a Stephen King joke, because you know the way he sets everything around Maine.
I know.
Yeah.
But I guess like since he went to New York, he could easily go to Maine to go kill some campers.
So it's not so. Oh yeah, well I suppose he could be from New York, and then you just move Camp Crystal Lake to Maine.
Right. You know, he stowed away on a fucking moving truck that was taking the old moving camp equipment or something. I don't know. Either way, I'm sure he could find a way to get him to Maine. Go reclaim his hatchet.
Maybe you know what? Maybe just one of the camp counselors is from Maine or something. It might be one of those things.
Right, like just a little nod to Maine. Because it's true, he does write a lot of nods to other shit. It doesn't necessarily have to be something. So it could just be some guy that talks about Maine a lot before he gets killed by Jason.
Yeah.
Or the knowledge of Maine saves his life from Jason. Try to kill us in Maine. This is what we do to survive.
Main Street Posse. It was a bad wrestling joke for anyone who knows their wrestling.
Joey Abs.
Do you know what was funny about Joey Abs? Didn't have any. Didn't have abs. Wasn't he the tubby one?
No, he was he was the one with like the beard and like long black hair.
Yeah, the one who looked like Chandler if he let himself go.
Yeah, there was.
And if Chandler didn't worry about weenuses and just walked around asking people, "Do you press pro? Do you press pro?" If that kind of Chandler.
Rodney, Pete Gas, and Joey Abs.
And Shane McMahon.
Main Street Posse and Shane McMahon.
Hey, Dad, I have an idea. What if we were to hire 3 dudes who don't know how to wrestle? Wrestlers, but not be wrestlers, they're my friends. Are you asking me to hire your 3 friends? Yes, that's basically what
you are correct, sir.
You know the way, like, when life mimics art, you know, like that. That's what I go for.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Well, this was before he was the best professional wrestler in the world.
Greatest wrestler of all time.
Yep.
Yeah.
All time. Of all the time.
He hasn't been inducted into the Hall of Fame yet. He's so goddamn good. It's a travesty.
Yeah. He's gonna have his own wang.
Yeah. That's if it's the real Shane McMahon. I'm full sure we're on clones at this stage.
Probably.
When Giz said it to me that he was like, they've been cloning him since day one. He got thrown off that first thing and they were like, uh-oh. Do you remember when Blackman fucking kicked him off the yoke?
Yeah.
Yeah, and they were like, oh no, Shane
or when
roll out the robot.
Or where Kurt Angle murdered him while throwing him through glass at King of the
Roll
Ring
out the robot.
multiple
Roll out
times.
the robot. Robot
Oh.
Shane. Like,
Still probably one of the most uncomfortable matches I ever
he
watched.
took a 50-foot drop after getting whacked in the face with a kendo stick by Steve Blackman. And he just went through a match with Steve Blackman, which is the same as going through a blender made of fists. Then Test the year after that pretty much did the same thing to him. Then there was Undertaker Incidents. Stone Cold nearly broke his neck on several occasions with fucking stunners. He literally survived a helicopter crash.
Yes.
Yeah, his helicopter went
recent.
down. Loads of people got injured, and Shane basically came out of the helicopter like, honest to God, fucking true.
So he almost dies in the ring numerous times, but walks away from the helicopter.
Or did he? Did he?
Wow.
Did he? Or was it just the fucking robot? I'm telling you, man, we're on robot, Shane. I'm telling you. Goddamn robots. Robot housing.
No, that's crazy. I didn't know he was in a helicopter crash.
That was more
Barely
recently.
twinged his shoulder. Like, literally was off work for like 2 weeks because, he was in a helicopter crash. Because they were like, maybe take a chill for a couple of weeks. Have a decompress.
Yeah.
No, I'm ready to fucking come back, Dad. I'm ready to let's fucking do it.
Rochi says he now owns a tech company.
He is the tech company.
Huh.
That's why he is the tech company. Like, one day Shane McMahon is going to stand in front of a WWE audience at the Hall of Fame and just go, I am Iron Man, and then just fucking fly off into the fucking sky.
Rochi says Musk and Shane, all robots.
No, Zuckerberg's an alien. Elon Musk isn't a robot, but Elon Musk definitely put one of those brain chip things that he's fucking making in his head. I know that for
like
you which?
And connect the internet. I said to make himself smarter and connect.
Like, literally, yeah. Have you seen him on? He was talking about. He was on Joe Rogan. Oh, I'm so glad I kept the conspiracy theory colors going. Okay, so he was on Joe Rogan ages ago, right? He's been on Joe Rogan twice. First time he was totally cool, chill. They're drinking beers and smoking cigars and having a laugh and everything like that, right? Next time he comes on, and this is after he was a couple of months after he was talking about this brain chip thing implant that they're working on. He's on Joe Rogan, and you can literally see there's times where he's not even looking at Joe Rogan, and it looks like he's looking stuff up. He's literally off looking to the left, and like you can see his eyes doing the scan reading kind of thing. Like, it's such a different. Look it up, man. It's like it's actually like it's like two different dudes are on.
Rochi's like, I don't know, dude. Musk was seriously against AI. And then his company goes and makes an AI robot.
Yeah, he was against other people making AI. That's the thing. Do you know what I mean? Like every crazy scientist, and I like Elon Musk. I'm a big fan of the Musk and all of his works. But he
that wasn't him looking stuff up. That was just pop-ups in his head.
Oh, he's just reading messages. Bloop. Don't say that. It's too late. I already said it. Bloop. Fuck.
Cool.
This company's talking about.
Did he ask you about our kid's name yet? Oh yeah.
All right.
Bloop.
Dude, I heard he wanted to send Benzo.
I bet you it was actually. Do you know what? I bet you he wasn't even. It wasn't even pop-ups. I bet you he just had his stock shares open in front of him, and just depending on what he said, he was just watching stock go up and down. Okay, so yeah,
Right.
crypto.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh, Elon Musk.
Famous daytime talk show host Elon Musk.
Elon Muskhausen. Very nice, very robot.
Yeah, okay.
All right.
What's next? Who wants to do what next?
I want to talk
My stories
You
are
want to
done.
talk about Elvira? Okay.
So, how do you pronounce that? NECA?
NECA.
NECA.
Yeah.
All right. So, NECA wants to celebrate the 40th anniversary of Elvira. Excuse me. And they are coming out with this sick ass figurine of her. They write that the devilishly delightful Cassandra Peterson has played the part of Elvira for 40 years with grace, humor, and more than a little camp. They are proud to present this fiendishly fantastic figure. The upcoming figure will include 2 heads, regular and winking,
You have
as
to
well
have
as a handful of
Jesus
accessories.
Christ, where you're
Yeah, like it's like you have to have her doing her
You
famous
need to
wink.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, right.
It'd be
And
like doing a
so one
Jason
of his
toy
is just
without a
a regular-
machete. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of like, what are you doing?
Right. And so one of the heads is just kind of her like looking off, but the other one's got that famous wink. The other one's got that famous little dagger in her waist that you can put in there. She's holding a goblet that kind of has like some green swill coming off of it, and this really cool kind of skull with like 2 melted candles on it and stuff.
She likes the decor.
Right. It's going to be wearing a cloth outfit, but they said that it's one of the best Elvira figures that they've seen to date, with both the head sculptures perfectly capturing her in her iconic glory. And just looking at the fucking pics, dude, it is dope as shit. Like, I think they really pegged it, from her wink to just her standing there. Unfortunately, there's like no release date to it, which kind of sucks, but it's definitely one of those. I'm sure it's going to be expensive, and they're probably not going to make that many of them.
The thing with NECA though is, I mean, it depends if it's like a regular release or a special edition. Normal new release NECA figures are normally about $30.
Yeah, they're not crazy expensive.
It's when they get into the secondary market, like after it's kind of first run, that's when they start getting pricey. Because I don't think it's like from what I noticed, because like I've tried looking at a lot of like the Jasons and the Michael Myers NECA things, and it's like normally $30 when they come out. Like I said, I was telling you guys, I bought Aaliyah the Trick or Treat Sam NECA for like, it was like $30, and when you go back onto like eBay or something or Amazon, they like double in price after initial release. They'll go up to about $60-$70. So it's just it's nice because like for $30, the detail is really fucking good.
Oh, dude, yeah.
So, because like they have like Hot Toys, which is like the really fucking detailed shit. Those are like over $100 a pop.
Yeah, but they're
like
looking at a human.
Pretty much, yeah. It's like you have a legitimate 6-inch Robert Downey Jr. in your house if you have Iron Man.
Terrifying.
It's like literally what it is.
Yeah,
it is kind of. So
yeah, unfortunately, there's no release date on it. But as far as like looking through the pictures, and they had her in different poses, showing like the different head and stuff like that, and holding her goblet.
Okay, so I can give you a little bit of up-to-date information. Big Bad Toy Store pre-order estimated to arrive February of 2022, $39.99.
No shit.
$40. So I was close. They are doing pre-orders right now on Big Bad Toy Store. And yes, like looking at all these images that they have, it looks amazing. So if you're interested, Big Bad Toy Store, I'm sure other toy related sites might have them, but like I said, it looks like estimated to arrive February of 2022.
Right, very good. Right, next up we have a movie called the Pizzagate Massacre. Article is on Bloody Disgusting, and they're saying, because I have no idea about the movie, but it looked interesting. Poking fun at conspiracy theorists and the absurd things they believe. Upcoming movie The Pizzagate Massacre is said to be a grindhouse horror satire directed by independent filmmaker John Valle and headed our way soon. In the meantime, the official poster has been shared with Bloody Disgusting today, designed by Mark Schoenbach of Sadist Art Designs. Archstone Entertainment and Raven Banner Entertainment are set to release the film on November 19th on VOD. We've been told exclusively. Check out the retro art below. Gaining early critical praise, the directorial debut of Texan filmmaker John Vallée is billed as a darkly comic adventure involving an amateur journalist and a far-right militiaman who team up to expose the ugly truth behind rumors involving sex cults, a pizza place, and the lizard people. Vallée
Sold.
Vallée and his Pizzagate Massacre executive producer Aaron B. Kuntz, CEO and founder of the Paper Street Pictures, secured U.S. distribution rights with Jack Sheehan, Scott Martin, and Michael Slifkin. Sorry, my other screen's at a weird angle. Of Archstone Entertainment. International rights went to Toronto-based genre specialists Michael Past with Raven Banner Entertainment. They did Turbo Kid and Psycho Gorman. Recent films from Kuntz boutique outlet Paper Street Pictures include The Pale Door and Scare Package, while upcoming titles include The Requin and Survival. Thanks, dude. I appreciate the help there. A survival shark thriller with Alicia Silverstone and thriller Old Man starring Stephen Lang. Upcoming releases from Archstone meanwhile including Azao, starring Harvey Keitel and Shia Haas. Jesus, you never hear Harvey Keitel anymore. He hasn't been in shit in ages.
No, except when you said the name. That was the last time I heard it.
Good stuff. Right. The Blackout Experiment, Righteous Blood with Michael Paré and The Devil Came Home and Between Forever. There we go. So yeah, so it's taking the piss out of conspiracy theory. Basically.
Ooh.
A grindhouse conspiracy theorist movie.
It's three things you never thought would be together in one film: sex cults, a pizza place, and lizard people. I'm sold.
But I'm not gonna lie, like it's intrigued me, so I'm down for it.
And it's weird because they say it's based loosely on the infamous and debunked alt-right's conspiracy theory. I've never heard of this conspiracy theory
Pizzagate thing
before.
Look it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's an actual gig and stuff, dude.
Right. Is that us on all the news bits? Oh yeah, sorry, I have the which? Kickstarter. Yes, indeedy. I need to grab.
Diddly-doo.
Diddly-doo. I need to grab a image here. 1 second. You are not the page I am looking for. Where'd it go?
Sounds like a Star Wars thing. You are not the page you're looking for.
Yep. Right, so as I said at the start of the show, my buddy over on Talk Horror, Mr. Bojangles himself, is doing Kickstarter launch because they want to do the first road tripper's guide to haunted West Virginia. Which is going to take them going all around Virginia, finding its most haunted locations and recording them. And considering he has a horror channel, people into that type of thing might be interested to see that happen. And I will show you the image that he has done up for it whenever I can fucking find it. Oh, there it is. Okay. I found it. It's okay. I found it. Steve, if you're watching, I'm sorry that I'm stretching your face and your lady's face, but I can't. I need to fit it to a window. Steve doesn't normally come in that aspect ratio, just for anyone that's watching. Just to let you know, full discretion. But yeah, if you go over to their Kickstarter, which I should probably have pulled up the page for this, which I can do. Oh, good, they got a bit of a good bit of funding going on there already. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, maybe I will pull up the Kickstarter page. Like a Kickstarter, Kickstarter page. Oh, goddamn. Doink.
Boomhauer from King of the Hill.
Oh yeah. Hey, Bobby, there's a guy down there. That's what I'm down there. Yeah, so there's the Kickstarter page. Right, it's good to know that if I do a window capture and this window is square, it will be square. Yeah, there's the Kickstarter page. They got a couple of backers in there already. You can check out a bit of history of Steve as to why they want to go find out and delve into the world of spooky shit in Virginia. Some advice on how to help them.
Kind of done good.
The best advice I could give them on how to help is like, don't do it, you could die. There's ghosts. You're going in there with the goddamn ghost. Goddamn. Goddamn. I don't know why I keep doing the boom hour.
I don't know.
I did a boom hour.
Now they ghost hunted before.
They what?
Have they ghost hunted before?
It's something he's into, yes. He likes it. He likes his spooky
okay.
shit. Give me a minute, we'll read it out. There's words. As is proven, I'm awake enough to read, and it's not on a half screen now, so it's a lot easier to fucking read.
I don't know if like maybe it's like their first voyage, or they've been doing this for a while.
Well, he does a horror channel on YouTube, which is awesome. You should all go check it out. And anyway, we're a real couple from West Virginia going to real extremely haunted places. And our 10-episode video series will be the first to show you how you can do it too. Do you love ghost hunting shows and dream of doing it yourself, but don't have 50,000 worth of high-tech equipment and an entire paranormal team at your disposal? Neither do we. Neither do they, just to clarify. Giz is our paranormal expert. He's read a Necronomicon. But we've got you covered. We're going to take you on a weird and wonderful road trip through the wild and wonderful West Virginia. West Virginia. Mandatory, I sing that anytime I say West Virginia in anything to do with his presence. You'll see some of the strangest, scariest, and most haunted places in the state. So you'll know all of the must-see places when you come to the mountain state. Get in the car, loser. We're going to a haunted house. Mean ghost girls. I like that. Sorry. Is anyone else watching Mean Girls? No. Okay.
No.
Yeah.
Stephen Estep, aka Bojangles of Talk Horror, is a host of the popular, you guessed it, horror YouTube channel with 50k subscribers, 100k social media followers, and a lifelong passion for all things scary. And his friend, his Mrs. Anna, is a novelist, screenwriter, and formerly trained theologian. You know, in case anything weird happens. Together, we think we make the perfect team. I'm also, just to clarify, I didn't say her last name because I will butcher it. And I don't know. I don't want to. So, but why? West Virginia is a beautiful state with a lot of strange and dark history packed into it. Finally, has its first national park and is known for being one of the most haunted states in the country. We'd argue the most haunted state in the country. But there's never been a reliable travel resource out there for folks like us with an interest in the mysterious and macabre. Until now.
Dun, dun, dun.
And you can go read the rest of it yourself. While you're over donating to his Kickstarter.
Now here's the thing. I love watching people go do like some stupid weird shit like this. You know, like, oh, we're gonna go in a haunted area and like shit may go bad. Sure.
Look, Mom, I was at a murder.
Hey, do you want to go? Right, like, you know, but it's, hey, Carter, you want to go? We're going to do. No, I'm good. I see no reason to like go stand in some haunted asylum or some shit. I have no issue watching it.
You are the so you're kind of like the racial stereotype from a horror movie. Okay,
probably. Yeah,
I get. Yeah. I understand that. I, as a photographer,
that keeps everything working in the van.
Who?
Down the street.
You are? Okay.
I would. Like, I would be happy just being the tech guy in the van, making sure that the audio stays straight.
I will say,
recording everything.
I will say, and I'm not trying to. I will say, and I'm not trying to deter you from your dreams of being a tech man. I'm sold on just the artwork. Yeah, the artwork looks great. For that movie. Yeah.
Massacre.
In relation to your tech guy idea, if you remember Scream, the tech guy in the van was one of the first dudes to get fucking murdered.
That's right.
Because he has to go to go to the house to do the murders, he has to go past your van.
Right, but that was like serial killer, not like supernatural.
Look, Carter, you're
I'm
either in
talking
the
about
movie or
couple-
you're not in the movie. That's the way it works. Do you know what I mean? Like, the way you're talking is I'm not going to be near the fucking location, which is a perfectly reasonable. That's fine.
You could be in a van down by the
Oh,
river.
yeah, as a dedicated cameraman, I'm also a racial stereotype and will end up getting murdered because I'll be like, I'm just going to try and just get a little snappy snap of it really quick, if that's okay. You know what I mean? Because no one's going to believe this shit.
And bro,
Oh, no, I got eaten
I
by
just
a
wanna
dino monster.
I just want to be like the guy safely down the street going, must get Deadly's last workout to the world kind of thing. Safely down the street kind of vibe, you know,
Last
like,
workout.
yeah. He filmed this on his last breath.
Oh,
The
right,
world
gotcha.
must see
Okay, I
this.
thought it was kind of like, I'll distract him with fucking some calisthenics.
Fuck no. No.
You think you're a serial
Put his
killer?
life
No
on the line
goddamn
to get the
serial
good
killer
news.
looks in a fucking pudgy fuck ass shape that you do. Let's get down and drop some squats, son. Let's get down and drop some squats.
Johnny doing some Zumba.
Dude, if I
Ugh.
thought for a second that would save my life, oh shit. Squats
That
all
needs to
day
be a
long.
thing now.
I can do Johnny and
Oh.
Jumper glasses.
Oh my god, that'd be amazing.
Welcome to the GoreCast, fuckers.
Right.
Oh, I love it.
I've always found myself as a do you feel something? Did you see that over there? Nope, dude, I'm already out the street. Fuck it. Like I've never
If
had that desire.
anything, I have an instantaneous reaction to just swing at anything if it comes in or around me in that kind of scenario. Yeah.
Good.
It is it and isn't. Like if you come up behind me at the wrong angle, you're getting decked. Like, and it's kind of, yeah, I'm not even sorry. It's kind of like, this is not the time to be popping up behind people, fucking asshole. Sorry. Any other day of the week, I'd be like, my bad. I may have overreacted there, but in relation to where we are currently, look. You can't be popping up behind people. I'm fucking wired and I'm ready to go.
No.
Let's not do this.
And my theme has always been faster than you. So later, like that's just kind of like my survival tagline right there.
My survival tagline. Yes, because we are indeed. Yeah. So yeah, that's it. I think that's us done on the news bits.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that's it for the show. Is there any other weird things from the world of horror that people saw during the week that tickled their pickles?
There's been a lot of talk today about the upcoming, supposedly being released or dropped soon Scream trailer.
Oh,
The new Scream film.
That is supposed to be working its
I'm
way out, isn't it?
intrigued. I'm intrigued
That's-
about that.
All I've seen all over Twitter today is people like,
Because
oh my god!
Saw some picture of Matthew Lillard with his face like all scarred up in a police car or some shit.
Yes.
So keep an eye out for that because I'm assuming that's going to be dropping. I'd say within the next.
You know,
Maybe
there's
days,
technically
weeks, I
proof
don't
when
know.
you go through the movies that he's not dead.
Do it.
Sure.
There's during one of the later Scream movies, he was dating. I can't remember who was in one of them that he was dating, but he showed up just to visit them, and Wes Craven was like, "Do you want to just go in the background?" Or whatever. Do you know what I mean? Like just as background extra, but it's kind of but it's kind of like. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of like he's in there now. Do you know what I mean? So
Little
yeah,
wink,
so
wink.
like he might just be there as a background extra, or do you want? You know, if I ever felt like it, I could just go. Oh well, he's always been fucking stalking her around.
Okay, that's actually kind of cool. That now made that so
Was he
much
dating
cooler.
Nev Campbell at some stage? It might have been. Yeah,
Couldn't
he was
tell
dating
ya.
some chick from Scream, but it was like Scream 2 or Scream 3 or something like that.
I wasn't the biggest
That was-
Scream fan, so
Yeah, David Arquette.
David, I got Deputy Doofy.
Hmm.
I went poopy.
Trying to see.
What up, Best RC? How are you? You always manage to pop in just near the end of the show.
Shit, dude, he's 51.
Yes.
Matthew Lillard?
Wow.
Yeah, you would
Yep.
be.
Yes. He's from Lansing, Michigan. He's from my home state.
And still
Was that what you were looking up?
As Shaggy's.
I was still
looking
looking
at
try to see who you were talking about him dating, but one of the
Hey, Google.
so you could type
Hey, did
you type
Matthew
in Matthew
Lillard
Lillard
date
on
Nev
Google.
Campbell?
God damn
He
it.
Yeah, he dated Nev Campbell.
Yep. Okay, there you go. Thank you, Google.
Where did it fucking go?
We have
God
been on
damn
a
it.
trip
Cool.
today, haven't we? We've learned about a horror movie that takes the piss out of conspiracy theories. We learned that Carnage did very well in the cinemas. There's a very cool Asian horror movie coming out based on a very cool Asian horror movie style video game. Nev Campbell and Matthew Lillard were dating, one of the most important news bits that we came across. Or sorry, should I say, were dating about 15 years ago. Breaking news. Also breaking news. They have
Also-
consequently broken up since.
If you go on Google and type in Matthew Lillard, one of the first couple of search results is the second search result is, does Matthew Lillard have a disability? Because why would that be something people would be
Does he?
searching? Says he had a learning disability.
Yeah,
So I was like, so yeah, so that's another breaking news. Is Matthew Lillard Matthew Lillard rich? He has a net worth of $2 million.
Richer than me, motherfucker.
See, I was gonna say, like, not maybe rich, but doing good because he's got like a lot of irons in the
Like,
fire.
I won't
kind
lie
of
to
thing.
you. Like, if you were making more than $300 a week, I'm like, you were fucking loaded.
My Jesus.
You were fucking
Right. Well, because like he still does the voice for Shaggy in a lot of the Scooby Doo cartoons, and they're still cranking those
Yeah.
out and shit.
That's because Scooby Doo ruled.
So I know he's got that side project running.
So when you click on his Matthew Lillard rich, Jesus Christ, I can't talk. One of the other things that pops up is how much is the Rock?
I don't know how we got onto this tangent, but I'm liking it. Let's keep going.
Oh,
The Rock is worth $400 million.
Not fucking
Not remote. He
surprised.
bought a football.
Right. Like I'm not
A
surprised.
football, farm football is normally like $20.
No, like he bought football.
Oh,
Right.
I think just like he bought an actual
No, he bought a
football.
whole
I was like,
football
I
housing.
I bought a football
No, he
one
bought a whole
time.
football housing.
Yeah, no, he's like, right. He like, I like football. I'll take them. Like
Who is richer, Vin Diesel or The Rock?
Rock.
The Rock.
Yes. The
Yeah.
Rock is 400 million. Vin Diesel is only $225 million.
$25 million. Fucking.
I'm not gonna. Well, but I mean, like, if you look at it, dude, Fast and Furious has really lost its audience.
Has
over
it
the
though?
years.
It's still they still do really well every time they go into cinema.
Hmm.
No, they do well, but I just mean like, but that's all he's doing. You know, The Rock's doing comedy. He's doing this. He's doing action. Vin Diesel is
He
just
did that
doing
really
Fast
bad
and
Marvel
Furious
movie or DC movie.
and doing some DC.
Who's Bloodshot again?
Guardians-
Bloodshot.
Oh shit! I happily placed that out of my mind.
Yeah,
Thank you
Bloodshot's
for
DC,
reminding me.
isn't it?
Yeah, it's DC.
Bad,
Yeah, and it
bad
shit,
movie.
DC.
Bad
Oh my god,
movie.
dude! Oh, what's the green
Lantern?
Power Ranger?
Oh. I know what you're talking about.
Jason,
Jason David Frank.
thank you. The Bloodsport he got involved in was phenomenal. It was like an online
Yeah, I
kinda
remember that.
deal. That shit was they like covered the whole group and it was sick as shit. Then Hollywood was like, "Hey, Vin Diesel, let's do Bloodsport." And it was like, "Oh, okay." So there's like
People
a
know who the
yeah,
Green
alright,
Power
cool.
Ranger is. You could have got the Green Power Ranger in.
Well,
Yeah,
no,
I was
I don't know
gonna-
would him being in the
see,
movie
like-
make that movie better. It was just a bad movie. Like Vin Diesel wasn't actually the problem in that movie.
no, he wasn't the only problem. Like, but I don't think he really helped that one.
I don't think there was.
I've had
Right.
trouble seeing Vin Diesel as like action for a long time now.
You want to know something else pretty crazy?
All he does is Fast
Somehow,
and the Furious. They're all action movies.
Yeah, but it's like him kind of like staring off.
The only
into
movie he
distance.
hasn't done. The only movie he actually no. Even Guardians of the Galaxy.
He punched a couple.
Guardians of the Galaxy is an action movie as well, even though he's only Groot.
And he voiced the shit out of that like a madman, but did not body slam a motherfucker. CGI Vin Diesel Grooted the fuck out of people.
Yes, he did. Anyway,
You want to know something else
Go on.
crazy?
Is this about Matthew Lillard? Okay.
No, but it's about money
Right.
thing. Somehow, Daniel Craig is the highest paid actor in 2021. I
Dude,
don't
it's
know how
Bond.
that's possible.
Well, because he didn't want to do that last Bond, so they really upped his pay.
He made
whatever that
$100
last-
million in 1 year.
Yeah, whatever that last Bond was, not the most recent. He said he
Well,
was
that-
done.
Brought a
And they're
shudder
like,
down my
"Please,"
spine
like,
and has
"No."
made me have to really sit down after the show and take stock of my life.
This is this week's and Buzz tells you about people who are richer than you. Join in next week.
I love when you make me feel so good about myself.
Yeah, no, they wanted him to do one more so bad, they just kept throwing money at him. And he was like, no. Wait,
Yeah,
how much
that's a
was
lot of
that?
zeros. Yeah, okay, cool. I'll bond.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I guess I could do one more, but only one more.
What if we put
Okay,
another
cool,
zero at
cool.
the end of that next movie? Okay, you're fucking just waiting.
Right.
Right. Okay. Anyway, if you're new to the show and you haven't been here before, make sure to hit the like and subscribe button down below because it would really do us a favor if we're trying to hit that magical number of 1,000, so we can be deemed legitimate by the YouTube overlords and be declared an actual channel. And also don't forget to hit the bell button so you get notified every time that we go live. And other than that, we'll catch you all on Thursday where we've got a whole bunch of other new screeners in for you, and we'll catch you then for some more horror bollocks. GoreCast out, fuckers. Bye.
Boom.
Don't forget, if you enjoy our Madcap GoreCast horror hijinks, we stream 3 nights a week over on YouTube, Mondays, Thursdays, and Sundays, where you can see a little bit of this. Turd spoon, god damn, I knew there was something I wanted to bring up in the... God damn, I don't know what a fucking turd spoon is, but I'm mad to...
Yeah, it's pretty in-depth.
Most definitely some of this.
With a new 2009 twist. She pulls out of her vagina.
I'll give it to her, though, because, like, you know how, like, magicians kind of, like, do something and they pause dramatically? She took that dramatic pause.
And occasionally some of this.
Our favorite Halloween movies.
What's up,
And the rest
GoreCasters?
is-
Welcome back here to the GoreCast. Yeah, okay, I'm here. I'm back.